if it isn't a certain someone's folded dimensional quadrant shift technology. I must say, combined with your artistic vision, the results truly are sparkling. It feels like I've returned home. To Celestia, I mean. It, too, has an unusual relationship between its inner and outer dimensions, as I'm sure you can imagine. Though, am I allowed to be discussing this? It should be fine. After all, these are just my memories, so it has nothing to do with my access to the knowledge base that I lost long ago. Well, I can't tell you much about that, I'm afraid. Just think of it as having the keys to a library, and then having them confiscated. Though plenty of my sisters have secret copies of books they failed to return, there might just be one who kept a key. Or maybe even two. The best students are always so calculating. It's better to be like me and be content with what you have. Not that I didn't keep any knowledge for myself, but that was more of a case of me keeping certain books by default, because I still had them the day that the library closed. Why not? Oh, I know. Alice did mention that, despite her languorous looks, the librarian there is a real bloodhound when it comes to hunting down overdue books. I'd love nothing more. I'm not sure if you know this, but I do enjoy a good chat. Not that I have as many friends to chat with as I'd like. It's not easy when you have to keep up the pretense of being mysterious and dignified. What would you like to talk about? Astronomy? Geography? Bad-mouthing Alice? I'm an expert on all sorts of topics. I was only joking. How could I possibly talk bad of her behind her back? This is a principle Anya taught me about how to conduct myself. Even if you're trying to be diplomatic and get along with everyone, you have to set limits. The bottom line is, you should never betray your friends, even if it's only taking a few minor verbal swings when they're not around. All right. Don't look at me like that. It's not like I'm afraid of her. Let me just think of something she won't mind me sharing. The introductory magic that Alice designed for Reeyn Daughter used a ton of different templates. The whole thing is an affront to aesthetics. Seeing as there's hardly any living things nearby, I'd like to try screaming as loud as I can. Alice measured the volume last time, and it turns out that at my loudest, I can penetrate the minds of every living thing within a 100-meter radius. Oh, of course I'm not the only one you invited. Perhaps no shouting for today, then. Let me think. It's not every day I get to visit realms like this. I should find something suitably fantastical to do. Perhaps I've been too fixated on its metaphysical essence and completely ignored its actual appearance. This might be a transcendental realm, but more importantly, it's your home. I needn't treat this place like some sort of testing ground. I should think of it as though I'm simply paying you a visit. In which case, I'd like to bury some treasure chests and design puzzles for you to find them. Huh, that's a good idea. Though I don't see why I can't do both. First, let's figure out how to make a fun maze using walls. I most certainly can. For an angel like me, the chests are more important than their contents. I'm sure I can get my hands on some pretty fantastic examples. As for what to put inside, I'm sure some more and perhaps a few cabbages will suffice.